Now, when I first started training a couple months ago, one of the biggest challenges for me was figuring out spots to train. And I know that's a common issue for a lot of people, because one of the biggest asked questions on my videos is, that's such a cool spot, where is it? So today I'm gonna walk you guys through how I go about finding spots. And one of those things is actually something that everybody should be doing, even if you're not looking to train parkour. Now this spot is actually the first place I ever pieced together a line. So I'm gonna go back to that line and kind of mess around with it, see if I can smooth it out, and then we'll work our way into going to the next spot. So one of the biggest things that anybody can do to start finding spots, and even you can do literally right now before leaving your house, is use Google Maps. The key is to really look for unique patterns in the landscape. That could be cool staircases or terraces or something along those lines. And then the best part is you can save all of those custom locations into a folder, and you have all of those spots mapped out for you on your phone. So when you go start exploring, you can hit every spot and be like, oh yeah, this works, this doesn't, and then you can narrow down your spots from there. Now, if you're looking for rooftop spots, you can switch it into 3D mode and get a good scale of what these rooftops look like before even getting up there. And you can also measure between gaps to see if a gap is even doable before you get there. That kind of worked. Got a little sloppy at the end, but it was a good warm up. So we're gonna call it quits here. We're gonna move on to the next spot. So on my way to the second spot, I actually stumbled across a new spot, and it is this little guy. There's not anything crazy, but there definitely is opportunity for a couple water challenges, which will be a future video. So be ready for that. I found this spot recently with a buddy while we were out riding, and it has some potential. It's got these big platforms here that I think are very stridable. I really want to work out a line and see what I can do over the top. I think we can cut that down to a single stride on each platform. Okay, started moving a little bit in the spot, trying to figure out what I want to do for a line, and I found this. Left foot here and pre over to that. Has anyone in the Phoenix community done this before? I may not be the first one, but it's sturdy. I did a couple little tests on it and it definitely isn't moving, so it's possible. And then the next question is it a stride or a tech-tack? Because it's not a tic-tac because I'm going off of a horizontal surface, but I don't know if it really counts as a stride. Leave a comment down below on whether you think it's a stride or a tech-tac. I'm curious what you think. Works. Now I got to figure out how to make my way up to the top. I don't want to just go straight up. I want to do something here. I just don't know what. This is the hardest part about coming up with lines. I'm still so new that it's kind of difficult for me to picture things in my head still. So I don't want to just straight stride across all of them. It's kind of redundant, and I feel like everybody would think to do that. What I'm thinking is doing a standing 360 pre between the top two levels. Issue is, it's kind of scary. It's 8 feet, and I've trained 8-foot standing 360s inside, but never on concrete. So I might do some preps here. I don't think we're gonna do it today, but I kind of just want to start working a line together that I can come back and really give a good try. It's definitely doable. I'm getting the 8 feet, but that's gonna be scary up there. For sure. Gonna do a quick POV descent on our way out. 3, 2, 1. So on top of using Google Maps, the other things I use are very minimal, and that is my bicycle and my truck. And my truck, actually, I almost hardly ever use. It is a gas hog. Now, there are times when you need to use your vehicle to get to a spot, you know, if it's a little bit too far away, but always bring your bike with you, because if you get to a spot and it's not really what you think it was, you'll have your bike to go and explore. And a perfect example of this is this spot here. I found this place on Google Maps, and I thought it would be fantastic for some stride challenges, maybe some plyos, but it just doesn't really match what I had pictured in my head. So I brought my bike, and we explored a little bit, and we found this spot over here. And this spot here has some great little areas for warming up. Has these nice little brick tables and brick stairs, and nice little walkway over there with some walls. So it just goes to show that you don't have to solely rely on that single spot that you found. You need to go and explore, you know, have your bike with you. Go and check out surrounding areas and see what is close, and you'd be surprised, you might be able to find something way cooler than what you pictured in your head. Okay, another perfect example. I was on my way out of that spot, and I found this. And it may not look like much, but when you get up here, you realize it's about a 2-story drop. I haven't done anything at height really yet, but this could be a good challenge. I don't know, we'll see. Let me measure it out. So it's sitting at like 6.5 feet, which actually is really nice, because I figured out that at 6-7 feet, I can do just a kind of like one-footed kind of step, and it's very hard to overpower that. And the biggest thing you want to eliminate is overpowering this ledge here and going down there. So by using that 1 foot kind of step technique, it kind of eliminates going over, because it's very hard for me to overpower that. Oh God, come on, be an athlete. Jeez. So videos like this usually break down finding spots into something very specific. And it's usually just check your local parks, check your local college campuses, etc. I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to break it down into something simpler, but at the same time a little bit more impactful. And that thing is encouraging all of you to just go and explore. As kids, we inherently have that desire to go and explore and find new things. And society kind of has its way of stripping you of that desire. So even if you aren't wanting to train parkour, I encourage you just to go explore your city. You know, I've lived in Phoenix for coming up on 3 years, and I've seen more of my city in the past 2 months than I have in those 3 years prior. You know, there's so many cool little things I found by weaving down back alleys and side streets that I never would have seen driving my car through the city. As someone that is constantly stressing about work and client projects and trying to figure out where my next client is going to come from, there's something to be said about going and exploring to relieve some of that stress. And it works. It 100% works. You forget about everything going on, and I'm just enjoying my day, riding around the city, looking for new spots to train. All right, hopefully I can get down more graceful than I got up. Nailed it.